In Shenzhen, in broad daylight, normal life flips without warning. The city is still lit, still visible, still awake, yet everything familiar begins to break apart in front of everyone's eyes. That's what makes it so shocking. There's no darkness to blame, no nighttime confusion, just reality, exposed. Rain has been falling for days, but the moment it turns catastrophic doesn't announce itself. It arrives as a shift-tone minute the road is wet, the next minute it's moving. Drainage systems surge past capacity. Low streets become channels. Underpasses become trapped. The water isn't sitting there. It's traveling, carrying mud and debris like proof that the land upstream is failing too. You see it in people's faces first. Shop owners standing at their doors, frozen, watching brown water pour across the floor as if the building is being claimed. Drivers stepping out of stalled cars and realizing the water is already at the door handles. Parents lifting children higher not because it's dramatic, but because instinct recognizes danger before the mind does. Then comes the panic that feels wrong in daylight. Subway entrances start to fill. Water pours down stairwells like a waterfall aimed straight into the city's lungs. Escalators stop mid-motion. Lights flicker. Crowds surge upward, not pushing because they want toppishing, because the space behind them is turning into a basin. Outside, traffic collapses. Cars stall and sit half submerged. In fast-moving water, even heavy machines become uncertain. One small shove from the current, one loss of traction, and a vehicle is no longer controlled, it's guided by the flood. And above all of it, the city keeps making that sound. Sirens, shouting, the endless rushing of water rewriting the streets. In some neighborhoods, families retreat to rooftops, not for drama, but because the ground level disappears. Balconies become waiting rooms. Roof edges become lifelines. In daylight, you can see them clear like popple waving cloth, pointing, trying to stay calm for the children beside them. The most heartbreaking part is how ordinary the things are that get left behind. A shoe in a doorway, a school bag floating past a storefront, a chair turned over in a living room that was someone's safe place that morning. Power begins to fail across block. Even under a bright sky, entire streets go dead, no traffic lights, no elevator motors, no charging phones. And when the power goes, fear becomes heavier, because you lose more than light. You lose contact, you lose certainty, you lose the sense that someone is watching. Emergency crews move through the flooded streets with boats and ropes. Volunteers guide people towards shelters. Strangers hold hands crossing shallower stretches. Some people don't speak the same language, but they understand the same thing: don't let go. And that's the emotional whiplash of a day like this. One moment you're thinking about lunch. The next moment you're thinking about survival. Not next week. Not someday. Right now. When the rain eventually slows, the aftermath doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like waking up in a house that no longer looks like yours. Mud-caked floors, broken windows, water lines on walls like scars, silence where a city used to hum. But even in that silence, something else rises. People helping people, neighbors checking doors, volunteers passing out warm meals and dry clothes. A kind of courage that doesn't look heroic, it looks practical, tired, and real. Shenzhen in daylight is a reminder that disaster doesn't need darkness to be terrifying. Sometimes the scariest moments happen with the sun still up, when you can see everything clearly and still can't stop it. You're watching weather floods. We'll keep tracking the situation with calm, clear updates as conditions evolve. If this report moved you or informed you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update.